Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Drogba. And he shoots! Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. It's a really well-measured ball. He's found a way, tries a shot! And that would have been some goal.
Ahmad certainly looked like he fancied himself to pull that off. A bit more composure and it would have been a different story, Peter.
They've played it short. It's a promising position. Ball swap. Header! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Indonesia clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Nicked it back promptly. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Great vision. He can run onto that. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. It's a pretty loose pass. Bruno Fernandes. Dink through. And that has been cleared. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And he cuts out the supply. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Inzaghi. Now it's Inzaghi. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Shaw kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Matheus Cunha. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Looking for a runner. That's really well cleared. climbs up big! No mistake! And this is getting better and better. Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but can he finish? Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Good reason for optimism here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. He's on it, can he get away? Deflected behind for a corner kick. So, third corner of the game. It's a mighty effort! He will be livid with himself. Diogo Dalot. Now it's Ahmad. He is through here! And he's had it nicked away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Drogba. Filippo Inzaghi. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Nicely shaped ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Bruno Fernandes. This looks promising. And it's Drogba. He's looking wide. Matches Cunha. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
2 added minutes has been
Now it's
indicated.
Inzaghi. Now it's Drogba. That ball looks a good one. Chance for a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Inzaghi. 3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Ahmad. Bruno Fernandes. Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they want to keep things that way.
Tunisia will be wanting more of the same in the second half then. Utterly dominant in the first period, and they're 3-0 up. And we're off again. Here's Mathias Cunha. Martinez. Maguire. Drogba. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And it's Drogba. And this is Inzaghi. He has a look up. Chance, surely! They've scored! Over the hills and far away! No catching them now! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Drogba really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Tunisia are having a ball here. Maguire. Ahmad. Oh, nicely intercepted. Drogba. And it's Kutchu. And this is Inzaghi. Aimed beyond the defence. Casemiro to Bruno Fernandes. Tries to play it through. Oh, what has happened here? Well-timed, excellent interception. Spread out to the left. Plays a sharp little ball here. Just eases him off the ball. Marquinhos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Played back into the centre.
For this match was 62,005.
Grimaldo, who's set up one goal so far. Played back to the goalkeeper. Martinez. Maguire. And it's Mainu. And Dalot.
Indonesia are totally dominant in the middle of the park. A no-way through zone.
And that's been won straight back. Kukcu. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so...
Bruno Fernandes! Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Rijkaard. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Well, that is one way to stop him. Not the most accurate pass. Shaw. It's a throw-in. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal.
Substitutions taking place.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Mainu. And Casemiro. And he's picked out the run. And this is Inzaghi. Goes for a shot! Sticks it away! And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
But there's going to be another change here.
Substitution.
Indonesia are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Looking for the run. No, that's been intercepted. Mainu. Martinez. Out of play for a throw. Bruno Fernandes. And he's worked it through. Pinches it off him. Matheus Cunha. Looking to play him in. Manchester United needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
He won't be happy with that one. Played into space out wide.
That was lovely, that.
He's gone direct here. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Drogba given the lift of his goal. Menu. And it's Casemiro. That's been cut out, well played. And this is Inzaghi.
That's good play from him.
Bruno Fernandes.
Filippo Inzaghi really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, delightful ball. Deftly away. Just about within shooting range. So that's it. It is all over. Indonesia really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Filippo Inzaghi collecting the match ball, and it is his. And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. And that gets things running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, this fella, the French-Ghanaian Seho Girassi, is a very interesting option. He's blessed with pace. He enjoys playing the lone role up front. He's instinctive, he's opportunistic, and he really works for his team too, because when it comes to defence, he has to become the first line, and he never shies away from that. He's happy to embrace it and work hard.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, Red, nice interception. Numecha. Sabitzer. And he's been shifted off it. Sabitzer. Sabitzer. Schlotterbeck with a definite foul there. Chukwuemeka. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And it's Chukwuemeka. Numecha. It's Sabitzer. Looking for the run. Ah, that's a fine interception. Sabitzer. There will be a throw-in. Nice bit of trickery. And he's had it nicked away. Adeyemi. And here's Brandt. He's had it taken off him. Quality ball. nicely aimed pass. Sabitzer. Sabitzer. Nemecha. Brandt. Adeyemi. Now it's Sabitzer. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Gets a good foot in there. Girassi. Now that's well seen too. Brandt. Tries to pass it through. Sabitzer. And it's Chukwuemeka. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Sabitzer. And it's made its way to him. Sabitzer. Sabitzer hurtling down that right flank. He's found a way through. Well timed, excellent interception. Nemecha. And Chukwuemeka. 30 minutes gone. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Sabitzer. Can he get it through? That has been cut short. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Chukwuemeka is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Chukwuemeka. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Just 5 minutes left until the break. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Nemecha. He's a sharp little ball here. And the shot! Oh, he's done it! They willed it, and it happened! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And with that, the end! Well, who would have thought it? The most thrilling of endings.
Well, I think
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. And as you can see, we've already started here. Well, there's the unmistakable figure of Dimitar Berbatov. There was never any question of leaving a man of his talents on the bench.
Yeah, you can't question this guy's abilities or his track record. Yet it's funny how he remains a divisive figure.
Well, that was that languid style, wasn't it, which does have its detractors.
Yeah, he's a player who's always been extremely calm and he likes to kind of think on the ball. Some say that was lazy, slowing the game down a little too much, but I've never seen it that way.
Now it's Sabitzer. Roll, looking to penetrate opposition lines. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Roll, with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
Chukwuemeka. Now it's Girassi. And it's lofted through here. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Kimmich. Now it's Roll. Numecha. And that's put paid to a promising move. No, that was never going to make it. Now it's Girassi. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Berbatov. That is a little undercooked. Sabitzer. He's found a way through. Look at the space here, and the shots! Oh, the ball's... He's having a go! Oh, would you believe it? They willed it, and it happened! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
And there you have it! What an ending. How about that?
Well, what a difference a goal makes, literally. It could have gone either way, as both teams desperately tried to win this, which produced a really exciting end-to-end encounter. If only every game was like this one.
In areas shown on this map.